Yo, what up? It's Destructive Films, and today we have some very special guests. We have the legendary EchosWorld, Jeff Reyes, and LV in the motherfucking building today. Shit, thank you guys for coming. I'm super excited to have this convo with you guys, and thank you guys for coming out with it.
Of course, man. Thank you for that.
If we can start off a little bit by just introducing you guys yourself. Tell the public a little bit about yourself, what you guys done, what you guys do, where you're from, all that good stuff.
Well, I'm originally from LA, Sacramento Valley. I'm EchosWorld, I'm a cinematographer and just an overall creative filmmaker.
That's right.
LV, I'm from San Diego. I moved out to LA to kind of work on film. Back in San Diego, I was kind of a shooter, so I kind of shoot and direct, and I came out here and kind of focused more on directing. So, kind of, Jeff's my producer, GP, so we're good as a team. So,
How long have you guys been working together?
I think maybe I'm going on
19 years,
19 years, yeah. So it was dope.
Okay.
I was his intern.
Oh,
I met him back in San Diego. It's crazy because in San Diego, the entertainment business is not like how it is here, So there wasn't a lot of shooters,
Mm-hmm.
And I used to, my homies, they all they were rappers, and I was like they're shooters, So I thought I was like shit, because I was going out there. And the work was pretty dope, and it was crazy because you kind of try to mimic the people you like. And I remember Jeff, his stuff was hard, It's very moody, contrasty, dark, very lustful, and it's it's grimy, It's grimy but classy, So I love that, which I feel like I feel like you're your stuff is like that too. Yeah. It's on the same wave,
That's the contrasty, just
I love that. I was and that's the thing. When I see stuff, I'm you can already tell it's his work because it's very sharp and very smooth but dark. It has that
contrast.
Yeah. I call it street elegance. It's dope. But yeah. So I was shooting out there, and I remember he put an intern thing, a call out for an intern. And I remember hitting him up, and he didn't hit me up for a while. But now that I think about it, it's you can't really get now being on this side is bro, they're under fire. They're putting out fires. It's that's the last thing, And then later on, he hits me up. It was a while back. They beat me back up. He's hey, you still trying to enter?
Yeah.
And then I remember telling him bro, I'm I actually interning for Matt Alonso.
No shit.
And I was lying. And I was nah, just kidding. Yeah. And Matt Alonso was also one that I would look at. So it was Matt Alonso. What is it? The A plus
films.
Oh yeah.
Those were my Russian Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it's who's your favorite director? I didn't watch movies I was these were my guys,
Right.
They're Latinos. They're hard. They're cool as shit, So he put a thing, and then he ended up I will come. And he's come right now, and I was oh, I can't. But I went the next day. But he didn't know I was from San Diego, So I remember deploying it. It was dope, bro. Once I got to LA, I was oh yeah, this is where I need to be. And at the time, I was in the Navy, and it's I did 9 years of the Navy, and I ended up transitioning out. That gave you the you can tell I showed him one of my edits or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure he was whatever. It was crazy because we had the same thing. I remember I did one of the edits with one of my homies. And we kind of had the same cut. Yeah, done one of Baldacci where remember the girls?
Yeah.
But we had the same thing, and we had the same
concept.
Girls, the same concept.
Yeah.
And I remember he was oh yeah, that's dope, man. Here, can you edit this?
No.
But it was for me, it was just if you thought it was dope, I'm gonna, I'm gonna take the jump. And I ended up getting out of the military and moving to LA and kind of doing the whole thing. It was sick, bro. It's dope.
It's been a blessing,
So from that intern, that led to you guys, you moving to LA to work with.
It took a while. It was a while. It was definitely had to earn your stripes said by too. I was still in the military at the time, and I would shoot on my on my off days. I would shoot videos and edit and all that stuff. And then I'm telling you when over there, I'll be the guy, right? Everyone's It's I would have this I had to start from scratch, it was a whole new ballgame. Being a shooter by yourself is different to being part of a production team and people are doing stuff. It's
right.
A whole Yeah, that's cool, bro. Like you're not over here, like you're cool in your time. That's not, you know. So it was dope. Like I remember coming over here, boom, 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 like coming, and then I remember like, fuck, I'm in LA, bro. Like there's a vibe in LA. Like I'm in LA, right? And he had a sick ass studio on 6th Street. It's like smoke fucking coming out there, like you know, it's just like, dang. I go up there and then I'm like, Be Real, like the shooting, just like all kinds of people. You know, you're like, dang, this is crazy. And I remember the first time I went up there, it was like, I don't know who was the artist, but so I get there.
Was it E40 was there?
I went to the E40.
Yeah.
The Burner one. Yeah. But nah, it was like this weird little song. I'm not even really that, but it was a trippy little song. Like get there and I'm like, all right, cool, fucking, you know?
Yeah.
All right, cool. We're gonna do this wall painting.
What?
We're gonna paint this wall.
You're like, what? I came to shoot. I came to edit.
And they're like, oh, so we're gonna go shoot. And I'm like in here by myself.
Yeah.
We're shooting. And I'm just like, but I wasn't like, oh, I was just happy to be in the building.
Right. 100%. Yeah.
I'm gonna meet somebody. I'm gonna talk to somebody. I'm just happy to be here, you know?
Yeah, I feel
and
that.
It's like, and little by little, and then like the next time it's like, we're in a movie, we're shooting a movie, this and that, and it's like, all right, cool, I'm gonna need you on top of that roof, make sure that it's like in the middle of the desert. But it was crazy. I'll be up there and I'll have like a little book and I'll be drawing at the setup or like everything, bro, because it's like, I'm not gonna come, like, I'm gonna make my time over here worth it.
Right.
If I'm not, you know, but my goal was like, get in the room, like, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, like.
So you weren't disappointed that you weren't like actually in the field, like on set with these guys already, and not gonna. That's it.
No, but I wasn't. I was just like, I need to earn it.
Right.
How do I get there?
I feel like that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's a rare trait, you know, for people, especially that people that are interested in this business, you know, they feel like they just put a couple of shoots in a couple of months and they're going to be put on.
Right.
But people like LV and just people in general that actually want to do the work and learn, because I treat everybody when they first start coming to work around with us is, you got to earn your stripes, just like the military. You know, you can't become a sergeant like from day one. You know, you have to be a private, and then you have to grow and get rank up from learning and gaining your experience. It's the same thing. And it helps every aspect of filmmaking, because him knowing that we have to babysit this light, when now that he's directing, he's more conscious of like, okay, well, I want to put this light up there. How can we do that? Knowing that we only have 2 grips, or, we can't put a light over there. Or if we do put a light, just, it's more conscious of the process of every aspect of filmmaking. Right. That helps to know every step of the way. You know, I tell everybody, like, everybody should know everybody's job. Mm-hmm. Because it's important for us to know everybody's job. It's the same thing. Again, man, I treat it like the military, right? Because sometimes you may need to take over that job, or it's important for you to know that job, so you know what it takes to take that job. You know,
100%.
And then the thing too, it's like I wouldn't have it any other way, just because it's like it gives you like experience, and like me, like I'm a director, like that's like where I'm like I feel alive. I'm like, whoo, like that's like game time, right? And it's like, but. Like, I think like that showed me like leadership, you know, because it's like, if only like there's directors that go straight into directing, they don't know the position. So they're like, go do that. And then when done and down, it's like, yeah, okay, you're telling them to go do that. But that's like a 50-minute job. Like, I don't care how good you are. That's like you're moving your hop holes to there. You're saying like, just because you say it loud doesn't mean it happens. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's better to be like I know that I was you. I am you. I was the PA. I was the guy over there. I was that. So I know how it feels to be in the sun. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm considered about that too. So when I make my decisions too, it's like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like you know I've done every single position, bro. And it's like now a grip can't like bamboozle me and be like, oh, it can't be done. It's like, okay, if you can't do it, I know how it's done, then you're probably not the dude, or you're trying to bamboozle me. So you want to take, for me, I think for it, you want to take that road because like you're a filmmaker,
right? Yeah, and
we've been on shoots where it's like the director just came up with the money or whatever, and I'm a director because I came up with the money. Yeah, but you're not. You don't know, and it's like if you're not a leader and a director, like you lose the crew, and when you lose the crew, you're on an uphill battle. Like it's like damn. You don't want to. You want to be their leader. You want to be one of them to really like push the ball forward. I think, you know.
At some point, you had to be in LV's shoes
Yeah, of course.
Talk about that.
I mean, I came up in on the crew side, but I started as a like a prop master. My godfather was a prop master, and I was privileged to have been taken under his wing and really forced me to just get on set. You know, like he just, looking at it now, he just needed some help. You know, and by him needing the help, I got to learn what, his job. And then from there, I upgraded to a prop master, to eventually an armorer. And I got a chance to train, actors to how to use weapons and stuff like that. Cause that's a specific job that's in the industry. An armorer, a prop master, a set decorator, they're all niches to jobs, right? To creating a set. So I interned since, I think I got my first set when I was like 16, bro. Like I was young, bro.
Damn.
Just being on a set and like, fuck, dude, this is crazy. Understanding that I was there to learn, not wanting to be there because I was like, yeah, he just needs help. But I fell in love with the process of filmmaking. Like these are actually jobs,
right? Like
this is amazing. Like you can get paid for doing this kind of shit. It's amazing. So, and then, 9/11 happened. I joined the military, got out. And then when I got out, like I still wanted to dab into the filmmaking process, but I got kind of bored of the prop master armory responsibility.
Right.
I saw that there was no growth. And then from there, I got the opportunity to work for Urban Kings. He offered me, to do, well, actually I got introduced to him by Chino Grande.
Oh, okay.
And Midget Loco. Shout out to him.
So you were working with them too already?
No. I got an opportunity to produce my first movie, called Operation Repo. I don't know if you said they were on TV for a long time. Shout out to Lou, which there was no way I should have been producing that young. You know what I mean? But we made it happen. And, from that, I got to meet Chino and Midget. And, we really vibed and they're like, hey man, you should shoot one of our videos. And I was like, all right, that's dope,
Yeah.
I got to meet Jimmy from Urban Kings and they gave me an opportunity and I came on as a director, not knowing that I'm not a director. I actually don't like it. But for me, in the process of me getting the experience and learning how to shoot videos, like that was my way to get myself in.
Right.
I can, yeah, sure. I'll direct whatever it takes. I have a camera. I can shoot, and I already had experience, messing around with cameras just because I've always been intrigued with cameras, but I never called myself a photographer or a videographer or anything. Right. I was just a student of the game.
100%. Okay. I want to rewind just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. 'Cause I feel like we got like to movies really fast. So, like, yeah, I was introduced to cameras and bam, I was shooting the movie. Like, damn. All right. Let's go back a little bit. Okay. So I really want to talk about like, what kind of kid you were growing up. Middle school, high school. Who were you guys at that time?
Yeah.
And then from there, when you got into the military, what made you want to, what made you guys want to make that decision? Cause it's a big decision.
Yeah. I had an interesting childhood, like I grew up in the Valley. I grew up really poor and stuff. So, but, my dad, for some reason, always had video cameras. You know what I mean? Like he was always intrigued by that shit, Yeah. So I would get in trouble for like trying to use it. but eventually he was like, all right, well, if you're interested, then you take the camera and you shoot the family parties, So that was like a tool that I started using, like, oh, this is kind of cool. But I never really thought of it as work.
Right.
So, from messing around with those VHS cameras, I taught myself how to edit on VH cameras to VHS. Like that, I would just like use different movies and just make my own scenes off of that. And that's how I taught myself how to like storytell. Like I can take a scene from a movie and then shoot myself doing some crazy shit and then have a reaction from somebody from another movie. And that's how I would piece it together.
Was your pops doing that stuff too? Or was he just like using it as just filming parties for family?
No, it was more like filming parties and stuff like that. Like for us, also, my dad was a trapper too. So he would get gear and shit like that. And he would sell it. But yeah, I got access to this kind of stuff and I just started using it. Once I got into high school, I was lucky enough that, I went to a good school. I went to a primarily all white school. I went to Chatsworth High. But it was during the time where they were busing kids in from South Central and LA and everything. So I really got to, my focus from learning that kind of stuff took me away to being more creative, which was tagging. So, and then from tagging, just like I took that creative juice of tagging and the ability to use that art, and just, I use the same concept, but more into photography.
Right.
When my homies used to go tag, guess who had the camera? And, then I would be fucking climbing up the walls, going to Belmont Tunnel and just shooting the homies fucking hitting up. So again, it was just a way of me documenting life. Right. In a sense. And then during that, again, I said, I had a very, odd adolescence, because not only was I a tagger, I was getting into trouble. My dad got me into this military school, during that time. And that kind of shifted away from, I was still kind of like a knucklehead doing, that kind of shit, but still in a path where like my dad wanted me to be this fucking military type, he wanted me to get the guidance of that.
Did he put you into military school because you were getting in trouble, or did he put you because that's kind of who he wanted you to
My dad was a Marine, so I think he had a vision for me already. Like he wanted me to be this fucking military general type shit, but, bro, like I'm blessed that I did that, because I saw family, I always say the majority of my family is either dead or jail or deported because of gang life and all that shit. So I'm grateful that my dad got the ability to see something in me and guided me in that right way. But within that, I was still hungry to try to learn the creative aspect. I love to draw. I love to take photos. So I just adapted to whatever I was learning and just applied it. So from like me, shooting my homies tagging, now I'm shooting these fucking recruiting videos for this military school. Yeah. Not knowing that one day this was going to be my job.
Right. Right. How old were you when you went into the military? Rick, can you do me a favor and close the window, please? What age were you, did you join the military? 14 years old.
That's with the military school.
That's when you sent you military school.
Yeah.
And then, after high school, what branch did you go into?
I went to the Army, but I didn't join the Army until, I was 21.
Okay.
Yeah, that 4-year break, I had a sick ass job. I used to work at Nextel, selling the chirp phones. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, I remember that.
But that in itself, that was a job that taught me valuable skills too. How to deal with people, how to sell, how to be attentive to clients, and it molded me to how I conduct business today.
100%. LV, at what age did you join the military? You're in the military too.
Yeah,
so,
22.
22. Oh, you guys are around the same age. Yeah.
It's crazy. Got a lot of similarities. Like, it's crazy. Story I spent out like that, and it's getting a lot of similarities. I was 22 when I joined, but I kind of had like a kind of the same like kind of upbringing type vibes. Like when I first, I grew up as like a little baseball kid. So like I was always like really good at baseball. I was like on an all-star team and shit like that. Yeah. And then my dad would like kick it with his homies, and like we're in National City, so like there's like homies. Not that he was a homie. He's like more like he's from like Sinaloa. He's like more paisa vibes, like Mexican man. Yeah. But he would kick it with his homies like after the game. So we'll get there like at 7-8 o'clock. We'll have the first game, and they'll stay there like until 2 a.m. just like, drinking. And we're like, this happened since I was small until like 12 years old or whatever. So all of like the kids of the dads were just kicking, running around the park, and just like do all that, play like this game called Fish in the middle of the night, like 2 in the morning. And that's when we're like running to homies, like we're in like Single Park, and that's like where they're like jumping the homies, and like and we're little kids just watching these dudes, Right. And it was just like I remember just looking at these fools like they're like the coolest cats, because they had like sick ass names, like they just had all like names. They're like like he like viewed them, and like we're just little baseball kids just watching them, right? And that was my thing, just baseball, right? And then we ended up moving to like at like 11 years old, ended up moving to like another street. And on the other street, there were like homies, like they were like more like older kids. I remember I was like I just saw it from the outside, like the whole like gang life, right? Until like there, And I remember my homegirl, she lived like right across like a couple of blocks or whatever. And I remember like, oh shit, I just moved by you. Yeah. And going like to like go kick it with her. And that was like the first time I ever got hit up by like the fool, like it was like.
That was the first time they booked you.
I was like, oh, shit. And it was crazy because there was two twins that were like way older, and then one that was like my age. And they, like, they sent a little further, like, oh, you know. So I remember that food just like rose up to me like, so we from home? And I was just like, I just didn't even like that question didn't even like register like where they whatever, right? And I remember he like ended up like we ended up digging down.
Oh damn.
And then whatever, so I go to my freaking see my homegirl's house, just like, oh, I heard. And then I was like, I had to pass every single time to go like over there, right? So I was like, I'm still gonna go over, like she's my homegirl, right? And again he comes, and this time it comes, so I know like we're gonna fight. So now we start fighting and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I stood there done there like, hey, like you wanna like kick it? And I was like, oh yeah. So I just like, kicking it with them, right? And that kind of like
this is a down ass fool.
because I have like a little temper, I feel like. So I was just, you know, I was just with it, you know. And they're just like, damn, it's not a little bit hard, you know.
Yeah.
And I remember kicking it with these dudes and shit like that, and it was like around the whole like American Me, Blood and Blood Out. And I was just like would watch it religiously, like, just, whoa, you know, I wanted to be part of that, you know, that life or whatever. And now I was like in there with the little homie, and it was crazy because I was like 11 and they were like 14, 16. So I've always been like the little fool, just, you know?
Yeah.
So they were just like you know what I'm saying? Like they wouldn't ask me to do crazy shit, but it was just like, damn, like this little fool, you know?
Yeah.
It's crazy that like I had so much like freedom, you know what I'm saying? Cause my sister was like, they wouldn't let her do nothing, bro.
Right.
Like I was like already like hanging out, like, you know, like at nighttime. Like I remember them taking me to like a first party when I went to a party, and there was like a full on like freaking rumble. Like it was crazy. I remember the mom grabbed me, like the mom of the house just grabs me into in the house, and like we're just like looking out the window. I see the fool pull out like breaks like the metal like from the fence. It was like pickles and hit a fool on the head.
Damn.
And I'm just like, oh shit. And that was like the beginning of like, oh man, this shit is dangerous. Like,
right. Like
crazy.
It's not just kicking it, it's like this.
Danger zone, you know? And I was just like, wow, this is crazy. But they ended up becoming like part of like the hood or whatever, and I became more of like the party crew type vibes, and that's kind of like the
You were a tagger too, or?
I was more like a party crew.
Oh, okay.
We would go tag for sure.
Yeah.
But it's not like we were taggers. Our homies,
Yeah.
they were taggers.
Yeah.
They were super taggers.
Yeah.
We're from FDK, but we're more like a party crew. That was my thing. Is like party. Like how can we like go to the school, date girls, and party?
Yeah.
That was my thing. That's how I ended up getting into the film stuff, because like I'm a swap meet baby. Like my mom, like when she was pregnant, she was already going to the swap meet like my whole day every weekend. I was like, swap meet. I would hate the swap meet. I'd rather now, you know. I'm like, oh, hella proud.
Yeah.
But like I grew up like that, and I remember like up the street there was some dude. His name was Brian Bell, and he was like a skater, and he would record all like the skate videos. And he was older and shit, so he would record all skate video, party videos, and like he just lived right up the street. I was like, man, this was like super cool. And then I remember like at the swap meet, I saw a camera, and for my mom, I told my mom like, yo, like get that for like for my birthday or whatever. So I never get a camera, and I would just shoot like the same thing, just like the homies, like parties, nights.
Yeah.
I remember shooting a fight, and the hella rolled up on me, like because the fool was on probation, and like that fool, I did with like a big ass rumble, and I was like just recording the whole fight, and dude cracked him in the head like the bottle and snap. They found out where I lived, and it was crazy because I always been like in sports. I was on the football team and shit like that. And I remember this day, like it was crazy. We get back from the football thing, and my dad's like outside, and my dad never like picks me up or nothing. And like what the hell? So he picks me up, and he's just like, dude, what mess did you get into? I just had all kinds of people coming to the house asking for this video. And so they wanted the video that like, you know, because that dude was on probation. So I was like,
That was your intro to picking up a camera right there.
Yeah.
That was your intro right there. Just recording all kinds of shit happening in the hood.
It was sick, bro, 'cause it was like
Yeah.
you know, and it was like I wouldn't even edit. Like I was just shoot. Like I was just like how like we just like I would capture you, like, and then my homies would rap, you know. Like I couldn't rap or nothing. Like this would rap, this would do the beats. You know, so my thing was just like, what can I do? You know, and I would just slap there the dope, because I still think they're the dopest. So I was just like, damn, capturing like these, you know, some molds would go to like ciphers, like battles. So I had to see some battles and shit.
Yeah.
It was dope.
All right. Then. So now, we're after, you're out of the military. Is it around this point where you guys link up, or the timelines are still not there?
No.
What are you doing at this point?
We didn't link up until like, I got a studio in downtown. And then it just got so busy where I just needed the help. I was, you know,
what were you doing at the studio? What was happening? What were you working on? What projects? What kind of stuff?
I think at the time I was doing a video for Tyga, and one for Be Real, and I think for one for Chapo. What was it? Is that his name? Yeah.
So after the military, you're already plugged in with these guys, or how?
I went to school.
I went to school.
Okay.
Yeah. Like
I didn't know that.
yeah. So like, I went from like shooting this music video for Dolly Girl. Shout out to Dolly Girl. Like I did this video for Dolly Girl, and from that, I got the chance to shoot another video for I was going to shoot a video for Chino, and then he got locked up. So then I did a video for Midget.
Okay.
So once I did those 2 videos, then everybody was like, fuck, we need a video from Echo. So I did one for Baby Jokes when he got out of jail. Shout out to Richard Cabral. And I just continued to working with Urban Kings, you know, like they would toss me, you know, their projects, you know, they've never seen this type of stuff that I was doing.
And we're talking about a time where it's not as common as it is today, right?
Yeah,
so you stood out.
I was shooting on a 7D.
You know? Oh, damn.
Yeah. And then from that, I got too busy. So I'd say maybe a good year of like doing that kind of stuff, but wasn't really paying the bills.
Right.
And, I was struggling, and luckily my GI Bill hit, you know, thank you, Obama. Fucking the post 9/11 GI Bill hit, and my homie had just graduated, which he's a vet too. And he was like, hey, bro, you should go apply for school. They're paying fools to go to school. And I was like, well, fuck yeah. And I was like, well, what am I going to go do? And he's like, bro, you're into cameras. You've done movie shit. They're about to open up a film program at AI, at the Art Institute. So I was like, fuck it. So I went to go apply, and they were like, oh yeah, we love vets. Of course, fucking the checks clear every month.
Right.
So, so that's where I got my start learning, you know, like what it is to be a quote unquote director or shooter.
Right.
I hated every aspect of film school. I think film school is a waste of money and a waste of time. It does. The only thing that it did teach me is just how to take criticism, because everybody hates on your shit at film school. Everybody has an opinion of how you could have made it better.
Right.
And I think that's what taught me to have the thick skin, because like when you're first filming, like you think everything's a fucking masterpiece and everything's an art piece. And when somebody just tears your shit down, you can't bring your emotions to it. You have to learn from it. Like, okay, maybe I could have done that better.
Right.
Did that happen to you too? Where you're like, how hard is it? Look at it years later, you're
Like shit.
Yeah, I'm sure it happens to all of us. You're like, you remember that? No, I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
Damn. You know, like, yeah. But that was very important. That was like a very important thing that you said right now. You said when you went to filmmaking school, like you didn't like it, and you think that it was a waste of time. This is from one of the biggest directors. I mean,
yeah, and I mean it's also and again, man, I don't have the experience of going to like a big film school like USC or AFI or something like that, which I've heard nothing but great things about those film schools. But I feel like the connections that you make at those schools are more important than what you're going to learn. Because again, this is only my experience.
Of course.
I experienced from going to AI. My instructors were too busy worrying about their own careers as filmmaking that they didn't give a fuck about, they didn't care about teaching us how to make it into the business. They're just teaching us a formula, a theory of how to shoot, or how to be a creator, or how to be a director.
What do you recommend to maybe a younger shooter that's thinking about going to school? I mean, options.
If they're paying you to go to school, go to school. Use that to take advantage, to learn and use the equipment to teach yourself, rather than spending thousands and thousands of dollars on a school that, you know, like you're going to spend thousands of dollars already in this business alone, whether if it's equipment or on projects. Why? There's no reason for you to spend thousands of more dollars on a school when you could probably just learn it on your own. My biggest recommendation is like get on a set or connect yourself with a company like LV that was hungry enough to hit me up. And I'm grateful for him that he could have hit up anybody.
Right.
You know what I mean? And from that connection, we became really good friends. Because I saw, not only his thrive, but his hunger to be a creator himself. And for me, like, I love that because creators create, right? I thrive off of his enthusiasm and his drive to do to be a creator. And it's the same way. It's like it's like a puzzle, right? Like he has certain skills that I may not have. Why he directs and I don't direct? Because I fucking hate directing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I love camera work. So that when we work together, I'm like, you deal with the actors. I don't want to fucking talk to them. I don't want to deal with that. Let me worry about the camera. And then he's the same way. I don't want to deal with the camera. You do what you think and let me take care of the actors.
I swear you guys remind me of me and my boy right here. First aim, then shoot. Same way.
Same shit.
I just want to pull up. I want to shoot. I want to get the work done and I want to bounce. Yeah. That's what I want to do. And I'm good at it. I know that I am. All the other stuff, like the lighting, what time we should be, like, I don't want to deal with that. Rick is really good at that. He reads and this and that, and we need to pull up, we need to bounce at this time so we can get there at this time, and just all those little detailed things that you need.
Yeah.
My boy right here. That's where he comes in. Like, he's really good at that. So he picks me up where I lag and I pick him up where he lags. So I feel like that's a lot like you guys, like how you're explaining right now.
It's a team effort, bro. Like it's like sports, like this industry is like a sport. You can't have a quarterback and not have your lineman. It's the same thing. You can't have a DP and not have your grips, or you can't have your cinematographer and not have an AC. Yes, in theory you could, but it's going to make your job a lot more difficult.
Right. Yeah.
It's crazy because I looked to those too, and it's like, just like I said, like the networking was dope. You know what I'm saying? You'll find some people, but there was like, I think the most important is like being like a seeker of information, right? Like where kind of find this, searching it, and the more you search, you start finding, and you start finding,
Right.
When I went to film school, they were showing me videos that I seen years ago on YouTube to a school, and I was just like, I kind of upset. I'm like, I've been seeing this video. This is on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, show me more. Like I'm already here. Like I already like look for that.
Yeah.
And it's like, it just. But getting on set is the real school, is the real school.
100%.
It's like you have these like Facebook groups where like people are crewing up. You're having like network media. It's like getting there and just getting on set. And even if you just have to be a PA or whatever, just get on set. And that's the network that little you'll jump on and you'll learn.
Right.
There's no like, school is a bunch of like fluff. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you're talking about how this feels and that. It's like, let's go shoot. Like, okay, we're just saying words right now. It's like everybody's thinking this is. It's like, let me see if it's dope. Like, I don't like. Let's execute. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's the doing part, because you can have all these like philosophers and the color have it. It's like it's doing and messing up and
trial and error.
Like, fuck. Like, how did I like not have a backup drive? Now it's like, I need a backup drive. I just have to reshoot this more. Like the experience is on set. The school is good for like, or to learn the language, to learn like the vocabulary of like this is that, how to communicate, the etiquette. But you'll still learn that on set. So even if it's like you're gonna pay 50 G's for like a school, like go on set as a PA or whatever. Go try every department and see what department I want to do. A lot of people at school went and it's like, I want to be a director, and then you sit in the director sheet. You're like, oh, I want to do that. I really like the camera. I want to be on the camera the whole time,
right?
Or I just wanted like, I didn't even know that you could be a producer. Where just I set up the play for the guys,
right?
So you just find your position, and once you find your position, I would say the money that you're going to put up for the 50 G's, put it up in that department. Oh shit, I really want to be an audio guy. Let me have my audio shit. Now I have like an audio kit. Now you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now like I have all this gear. Like I'm gonna do the free, so I learn on the job and let them know. But I have this, and I'm willing to, instead of going to school where you're gonna see stuff on YouTube, putting up that money. It's like, get on set, get on all the department, and you'll find your people, because like every department has like a community or a vibe. Like the art people, they're a certain way. The camera fools are like it's like the military. You have the clans, they're just like, like guerrillas that are like, say like everybody has their who am I? It's like, who am I, right? It's like,
where do I fit?
Where do I fit?
Where do I fit?
Where
Yeah.
do I fit? So it's like, that's what I would recommend.
That's my like biggest comparison is the military. Like we always look at the camera guys like the spec ops dudes, the special operations, special forces type, the Navy SEALs, because they can do whatever the fuck they want. They cut into like there's this fucking story, bro. Like we're in the middle of New Mexico, bro, and people are tired. We're in the fucking heat, and we're coming off. I'll show you this picture, but it's a sick ass Michael Bay picture of all of us just walking online, right, getting to the lunch line, and then like one of the producers like, oh no, they go coming to the front of the line, and bro, people were pissed as we're just like cutting in front of the line to get fed. And then you got your glam squad, right? You got your hair, your makeup, your wardrobe. And then you got your grips, which are the knuckle draggers, you know, the fucking, the Marines of the, of the unit. And then you got your support. You have your brass, your officers that are the producers, the ones that write the checks, your accountants. You know, it's like, it's all a system.
Yeah.
It's dope, bro. I love camera. It's just so, but they earn it. It's not like just because like it's hard work to be on camera. You're like a small little crew, and there's like not a lot of room for error.
It's a lot of pressure.
It's like you're doing a lot of the work, so it's like they do deserve like to be up in the front of the line. They like the farmers that are been sitting in the AC until they're called out. Like we're like on like we're working the whole time, you know. It's sick, bro. It was like when I see that, it feels uncomfortable sometimes because I'm just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
It's like almost like the Black Hawk Down.
Yeah.
The chow, and they're going up. We just cut to the line. It's like lines back there. Like, oh yeah, cool. We know. But it's like it's dope, bro. Especially like when you find. I just like when you find your squad. People are just like it's dope, and I've never really been on the other crews, you know. So it's like I hear this story, but it's like I was being like he gets great people great quite people that the sets are always fucking fire. You never come on set, bro.
I would love to. I would love to. Yeah.
On set, it's like I feel you're like directed by bro. You have a vision. Like you remind me of me. You're like Simon's coming at it.
Yeah, I can't hold it in.
It's beautiful. I mean, you know, it's like you come on set. I mean, you have a flow right there. Like come on set and just you, and it's like I'm telling you, like go through the ringer.
Yeah,
you're not gonna want it any other way, bro. Because even like that, it's like even when I'm like in these shitty positions, and the positions always change. One day you're this guy, but one day you're this guy.
Yeah,
it's like that's why you know every job. But when you're like in a position, you're like, how would I want the person to work for me? That's how I'm gonna work with them.
100%.
So it's like it makes it like okay, cool. It's like a karma thing, bro. I'm gonna do a good job. So like when I have a person that's doing that for me, you know what I'm saying? It's like. It's just up to me. It's like perspective. How would I want somebody to work for me? That's how I'm going to work for them.
Yeah. You know what? That sounds amazing to me. And this is coming from somebody that is like, I run and gun. I do every single little thing. Well, I mean, now I got my homeboy right here that comes with me because it is impossible to do it myself, you know? So, but I would love to like just go on set and kind of see how it works to work with a crew. I've never in my life seen how a crew works together. I would love to see that, you know? So,
like, it's just like the ball's moving so fast that, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, if you see us doing something or whatever, like this, we just did the whole, like,
hey, tell me, yo, can you get us some coffee? Whatever. I don't care. I'll go do it. Hey, I got no ego. I'll go do it. I don't care. You know, like, just to see it. Yeah.
Like, you just see the ball moving, you know? And it's like, you could only, like, learn so much. I think, like, the shooter is the training camp to what's going to open and everything else. Because being a shooter will burn you out. Like doing anything by yourself will burn you out.
Yeah.
You're doing every position. You're trying to do your best for very low money and very little respect, and they treat you like that guy. You know,
100%.
So it's
that's facts.
That's you're grinding it out to like learn that pressure to But that's the next step. That's like
well, that's always been my drive. Is that I just didn't want to be known as just a camera guy. Oh yeah, that's the camera guy. Fuck no, I'm not the camera guy. I'm the fucking producer. I'm the owner of EchosWorld.
That's
you know what I mean? I got here my team fucking waiting to get on set. So why is the doors open? You know what I mean? So it's just a whole nother, again, I'm not a videographer. I don't consider myself I don't call myself a videographer. And anybody that says you're a videographer, I tell them, no, I can't do that job. I can't. Some people like when they call me to do shit, they're like, oh, we need a videographer. Well, you're calling the wrong guy because I don't just come to set by myself.
Right.
And that's a skill that people have to do that. I can't do it. I have a team that comes in it. Now, in some aspects that could get a little bit more overwhelming for clients, right? Because now they're expecting to have one or two people on, to do their job. And I'm coming in with 10, 15, 20, 30 fucking people sometimes on a set. So it's very job dependent. Every client is different. Sometimes I have to be a videographer. Not that it's every job is going to dictate on what the needs of it is for,
Yeah. I think it's like a cycle, like, cause it's like, especially with the technology, people are like, you're shooting some dope shit by yourself, like type vibes, And then like, then you're like, dude, I'm doing all this type of work. You started like noticing your value. It's like, bro, like it's not just me shooting. It's me loading up, going up there, coming back down, loading up the stairs to make sure my stuff is okay. So you're just seeing this little piece, and then I'm driving to go there.
Yeah.
And so it's like, whatever you're paying me, I just spend it on gas. And then like little by little, you start like seeing your value, right? So you start seeing your value, this is and that. And then there's a cycle of a person that just found this camera that has been do everything you're doing. They get the same quality, but now it's going to do it for free because he's earning his stripes.
Right.
You know, so now it's like, because they don't care about us. They're going to be like, oh, he's charging this and it looks the same because they don't even know what they're seeing. So it's like, they're going to get burned out.
It's like this.
It's almost like being like, I can't be in high school, like a super senior in high school. And it's like, they're all going to go through that. And then,
Well, that's what, it's just a business. You know what I mean? Like we're all expendable assets, right? We all have skills that people need, and those skills, just somebody else can either do the job better, or they're newer and they're hungrier because they're new. They haven't been, as shit as it sounds, they haven't been used as much, you know, and that experience is what gains that. Like, fuck, man, I've already done 100 videos by myself and I've been charging fucking pennies for that. And so you get to a point where like, well, I don't want to do that no more. Now
Excuse me for 1 second. I'm sorry. I want to make sure it's still there.
Being used.
Okay. All right. 3, 2, and rolling. We back on. So go ahead and continue, as much as you remember that you were saying.
Yeah, man, it's just going back to reiterate what I was saying, man. It's just gaining the experience and bro, we're expendable assets and we all have to be students of the game, bro, and do our part and put in the work. And I feel like, sometimes the industry kind of takes advantage of that and we all get used. But we got to use the system back and gain those experiences to not only be better creators, but to mentor newer people that are coming in, and put them under their wing and teaching them the right way. Cause I feel like there's a lot of people out there that take advantage of people like that are hungry and then they fucking burn them out, bro. Like they overwork them and to the point where some of these, bro, I out of 9, maybe 75, 80% of the people that I started this thing with, like from film school over to now are no longer doing it because they either got burnt out, went broke, they got used, something happened where they're just like, fuck the business. You know what I mean? That I feel like there's not enough, good mentors that I've been privileged of having, have been good mentors, good teachers. And I try to be the same, in all aspects of the industry.
Yeah.
That's right.
I think it's also, you gotta like love it too. Cause it's like, it's not all like sometimes you get like real little pay or like you got, what I'm saying? It's a different lifestyle than like a 9 to 5, it's like, you really like, to me, it's like, I love being out there, I would do it for free, but that's my job, and some people don't say like, that's my job, like, you know what I'm saying? But, it's also perspective, I think, cause it's like, there's been a lot of times where it's like, you're not making the best money, but then you jump on a thing for you meet somebody where the next person puts you on a thing, so you can't always like, you got to pick and choose, like, you know what I'm saying? Like your battles, like in two, because it's like, it's perspective, like say if like, you're not making a lot of money or whatever, like you're there, you're going to meet somebody that's going to connect. You're always kind of like, who, what, what's happening to me today? Or like, who am I connecting with today? Or like, that's a thing too. It's like, I think people just are always watching you. You know what I'm saying? Like they're always watching you and they're always just like, oh shit, I like how that fool gets down. And later along the line, they're like, dude, like yesterday was salute to the homies. Like it's so weird, like, cause you're yourself. You don't see what other people are seeing, but one of the homies yesterday, Ignacio, it's crazy. Like he does a set designer and he's all like, I moved up out to LA, bro. And I have like a list of people that I don't want to work with, like that I'm checking off, and like you're one of the persons that, and I'll just like get so crazy, which is like, it's like trippy because it's like just for him to like, he sees it way bigger than what it is,
Right.
And it's just like, that's dope, bro. But like people are always watching you, so it's like, do it like you're getting paid the most, Like,
yeah. Cause you never know what job is going to, come out of that one. Right. Like, bro, like who would have known that my first video that I did for $200 in an EBT card would have brought me here today. It would have opened the doors that have opened for me. That I'm super grateful of that.
It's just taking that first step and just going.
Sure.
What's the vision for you? Like, what do you like? What's the goal?
I mean, I want to build a team eventually. I mean, I have my boy now. And, I do a lot of run and gun. And it gets really difficult. You guys know, you guys been there, done that. You know, it's really hard to deal with having to deal with everything. And now I'm blessed to have my boy here with me right now. And hopefully I can add a third person and just keep growing like that. But what I really, really do want, like I told you, on a phone call the other day is I want to get into, filmmaking, short films. I feel like that's going to be the next level for me. Mm-hmm. And, that's my goal right now. That's what I want to work on. You know, music videos. I love music videos. I'm always going to love them, but I want to see what else is out there.
For sure.
You know, so I want to kind
some of the greatest, film directors came out of music videos. Mm-hmm. You know, Spike Lee, Hype Williams, Fuqua, like all them dudes, man, you know? Yeah.
I think that's the next step. I think, like I said, the shooting music videos is like a training camp for
music videos are fun because you get to experiment with shit that you sometimes can't do on a movie. Like sometimes we try to do it on the film that they're like, whoa, now that's too music video. Well, fucking why not? You know,
it's more fun and forgiving, you know, like you get a lot better.
Right. 100%. Yeah.
But then you get to the point where you're just like, damn, I just want to hear them talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to hear them talk. You know, it's like when you start hearing the voices, you're like, ooh. But then that's a whole other game. Like the film stuff, like, is different than shooting. It's like a different sport. Yeah. It's a ball different sport.
Right.
But it's sick. I think you're going to be a great director.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And I think like the passion is like people like gravitate to that. Like, damn, he really like wants the best for this, you know? And it's just getting the experience because once you like the passion that you can't get rid of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now it's just like knowing, you know?
But it's also knowing your value too, that once you get to your point, bro, if you're good at something, never do it for free. You know what I mean? And with inflation, bro, hey, I was just telling my boy the other day, bro, he was like, man, why are things so expensive? It's not that it's expensive. You're just not charging enough. And we have to keep that mentality, bro, because other people are making money. So why can't we?
Right.
You know, we have families, we have ambitions that we need to take care of ourselves, goals in life that, you know, like we want to own houses, we want to own our own cars. We want to be superstars ourselves I want to be a superstar to my kids, bro.
Right.
That's my number one goal, bro, is fuck everything else. As long as I'm a superstar in front of my eyes, in front of my kids' eyes, and I can provide them with everything that I couldn't get or I didn't have when I was a kid is my goal. And if anybody is obstructing that, then I'm not going to be working with you.
What do you have to say about this? Because I'm sure that we all have these thoughts in the beginning. What if they don't hire me? So I'm going to shoot a little bit lower. What if they don't hire me? What feedback do you have to those people?
To what? Like not getting hired?
Right. Not getting hired. That fear of not getting hired.
You just got to get over it, bro. It's like asking a girl out on a date, bro. What is the worst that can happen? They're going to say no?
Facts.
Okay, we'll move on.
Facts. Yeah.
If the dope is dope, they're gonna come back to it. So
100%. I love that. Yeah. I love that. Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like I want people to like want to work with. Like I want to work with LV because this shit is dope.
Yeah.
Right.
Not like I want a video and he shoots videos.
100%.
Somebody else, you know, like you know what I'm saying. Like they really like this. Him on set, like he just makes me feel like a superstar. The way it looks, like the style. Like I wanted to like. There's so many photographers, but Jeff has like he catches it different, bro. It just and I want like or go to another photographer or I want a Jeff Teese. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to just wait it out and then they'll come back. Well, and that's the thing. It's like cool, go shoot with somebody else. You're not gonna like it, and now you're spending double instead of just spending a little bit more for my value. And it's like our shit is super valuable because it's like what we're doing is like we're making them a bigger brand that's gonna sell tickets, that's gonna do this because the music is dope. But once you throw that visual to it, you can either make it better or make it worse. And it's like you could pump up the visual where it's like we make them superstars. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's how I feel. Yeah. Like the visual is so important, especially nowadays, that you gotta want them. Like you want my shit, you know?
Yeah. But there's also an upside to that coin too, because there's artists that are, you know, like we can shoot them a sick ass video. They drop all this cash and then they got fucking 100 views. You know what I mean? So sometimes the investment that they're putting in is not worth it. And to understand that is important. Sometimes you don't need to be spending all this money to do something. Do something. Let's change the creative to something that's going to benefit you now. not later.
Right.
Because later is going to happen. We can't rush the future. It's what we can do now that's going to get us to that point.
Because the video's not guaranteed that they're gonna. It's like,
yeah, I've seen it time and it's discouraging to clients. I'm like, oh, I don't want to pay that anymore because last time I spent this much and I got 100 views. That's not my fault. I gave you a sick ass video.
Right.
It was just your business assessment of it that I feel like some clients in general, artists in general, don't take that into consideration.
Right. But I think it's cool that you at least see it from their perspective, you know.
We have to, because we're all artists, bro.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm very considerate of that. Yes, I want to make money. I want to get paid. But I don't only want to do one video for you. I don't want to just do one project for you. I want to be able to grow off of this one project that we're doing, because later you see the quality of the work. I want you to come back video number 5, 6, 7, 8. And on top of that, what if later I want to put you on a movie? Or I need a track, a music track or something. It's a give and take situation that we have to, as business people, learn. Why I feel like other ethnicities thrive in other businesses, because they're always looking out for their people, in some sort of business sense, that I feel like we have to teach ourselves to do that. You know, like we have to discuss these business practices. I call it extrapolation of technique, which I learned from my godfather, right? Extrapolation of technique. We're taking different methods, different theories, different techniques from different people, and we're applying it to ourselves. And from applying it to ourselves, now we're teaching it to whoever we're mentoring or we're working with. And I feel like we don't have enough of that. You know, that I try to teach everybody that.
Right. You've shot music videos, commercials, short films, worked on movies. What's your favorite thing to work on? What's your guys' favorite thing to work on?
For me, it's narrative. I love working. Narrative is my shit. I love to tell a story with just a single shot. You know, to tell a story, to show emotion with a movement of a dolly push, or just even if it's static, or the color, or the. That's my shit. You know, that sometimes I feel like you don't really get a chance to do in a music video, because it's always the same shit. There's always the same formula, right? You know, car, women, and money, and drugs. Yeah. Which that works. You know what I mean? We can make that shit look dope. But I feel like narrative, you have to try a little bit harder just to give that extra push. It's more challenging for me. I like the challenge.
Was it doing less or more, doing more with less? Something like that. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, right? Yeah.
I definitely feel like soon, like movies for sure, just because it's like the music video, the ice too fast. You know, it's like you boom in 2 days. Like with like movies is like I could do like 5 days, take 1 day off and go back in. And like being on set, like is the best. Like getting there and you see everyone getting together. It's like a whole little thing. There's nothing like that. Like it just feels like, wow, I'm really doing it. So I think like the movies is just different. The pace is slower, I feel. Like the pace is a little bit slower than like just the music video, like more get this, get that. But it's just the being on set, so it's like the movies get you on set longer. So like it's still do on set.
That's right. One of my favorite music videos, and one of the top ones, 92 million views, is Nipsey YG. Last time that I checked, you got a chance. Did both of you guys work on that? Mm-hmm. How was it? Can you guys talk to me about the experience from working on that set?
Yeah, I mean, it was dope.
How did it happen?
The one memorable thing that I remember, it was a combination of events. First of all, I was ignorant. I didn't know that Nunu was with Nipsey, right, at the time. And I see her walk in, and I've always had a crush on her. In Iraq, I had 2 movies, bro. I had T.I., the ATL, and I had, Bringing Down the House with Queen Latifah, that I had on a PSP, bro. And I would watch that over and over again. Yeah. So I'm on set, I'm sitting on an Apple box, I'm doing something, and I look up and she's walking right past me. I'm like, oh, Nunu?
You said that?
I said that, bro.
Yes.
And Jesus, right? And as I'm saying that, Nipsey's walking in, and Jesus like, hey, you better watch out. That's Nipsey's girl. I was like, oh, fuck, man. With all due respect, man. My bad. I didn't, you know what I mean? I didn't mean anything by it, you know? But then afterwards, I remember he went to go sit in, on the Lambo, and he was like, you look familiar. And I was like, yeah, we worked on Last Hose with the game. He was like, oh, that's right. You're Echo, right? I was like, oh, yeah. So that was like made me realize that I was on the right path, you know, regardless of like what happened behind the scenes. Cause I was only supposed to produce that video. I got hired to produce it, and then the powers that be, man, they gave me an opportunity to shoot it, and I got to shoot it and produce it.
I remember you were so stressed out. I have like this picture of the crowd. It was just like we were stressed out. That was a stressful thing.
It was super stressful.
We did the set. Like it was
everything was going wrong, bro. Lights weren't working. The set wasn't done on time.
Yeah.
They couldn't bring in the cars. YG was fucking complaining because he didn't have his rider right. He didn't have his red gummies or whatever the fuck he wanted.
Yeah.
Dog, it was.
But it's crazy, bro, because like working with Nipsey, the dope, it felt like it's crazy, bro. Like he was like one of you. Like he'll come with a thing, like, oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
Like, he was just like, you know, like YG was different. He was just like, Wild Pac. Just like when he came in, it was just like,
yeah.
And what's his name was just like, he would make sure he'd be like, hey, like him and his brother Sam was just like, man, this is crazy.
And if you fucked up, they were quick to tell you to, like, hey, bro, you're fucking up, bro. Like, you know, get this shit right, and then you have to fucking go.
Like, real quick, but
damn.
Yeah, but it was just like they were the dopest, bro. Like they're really appreciative for you to be like. They made you feel like appreciative, you know. Yeah, that's when I first kind of was trying to. Like I was just like, damn, you know, I've been in the grip or something around that time. I had a bunch of like BTS.
You were with the grip team.
How big was the crew for that day, or more or less, just number?
We had Paulie, my brother, Maya, you. It was a crew. Well, Genie and camera, it was like 8.
It was like 8,
not including like the set designers, the makeup, and all the other shit. That
right.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
That's amazing. I think it was like a full crew. I think maybe 15, 20 people was on that video.
But I think
crew was
Russell Motivate.
That was even bigger. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Talk about that. Yeah. How was that day?
that shit was dope, bro. I mean, just the chance to work on a Disney ranch, you know, like again, man, these are the fires that sometimes you have to put out, because we were originally supposed to shoot at the Universal backlot, and fucking Pepsi came in and they bought us out.
Oh shit.
Like they told Universal, like, nah. With fucking whatever they were going to pay, get them the fuck out. We'll pay double. So now we're scrambling, trying to figure out where are we going to do this fucking shootout that we already had planned out to do. And luckily, you know, they liked the Disney ranch, and we fucking shot it out there.
But it was crazy, bro, because that's my first time like pulling up to something like that. It's like we pull up and it's like this whole city, but it's so eerie because it's like you could hear like because it's like the wood of it was just like everyone like the rapture, like everything was gone, and you're just like, hell. It was crazy, bro. And then, like, we got to shoot like real guns.
Yeah,
that shit was the shooters. Like, when that fool comes off the truck and he's bringing them down, that was really shit. It was sick, bro.
Oh, that's badass.
So, like on that job, I was like one of the tactical advisors. But it was sick because we got to like shoot real like blanks.
Yeah,
and it was dope because like it felt more like we were shooting a movie, because like the whole time there was a music video, we're just getting like, you know, more of like the narrative part.
Yeah,
and then it was crazy because like the last shot of that day. We did the piano shot. The first time we hear that, the fucking music, you know, it's all lit. It was like, damn, this shit is hard.
Yeah.
And then we shot the next day, the cop shit.
That's badass.
That shit was intense. The fucking when he's in the car, like at the end of the movie, he's in the car and the cop cars and they got all the hoods.
Right.
Like the vibe was just like, oh, anything could crack off. You could see each other, like, you know, you could see like, oh, that photo like this shit's gonna be interesting.
Damn.
But it was just sick. That was dope.
That's badass. That must have been like a really cool memory for you guys to have.
Yeah, that shit was dope.
Yeah.
Like he's been doing it since like he's like was 16 on sets, and for me it's like on you, bro. So it's just like, you know, like just everything experiences are just like, what the hell, you know, like.
Yeah.
One of the, can I tell you?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, go ahead.
One of the dopest experiences, like, because that's the thing, he's like, cool, come meet. All right. Like every time, like, fuck you, all right, let's go. So he's like, I got a meeting with Tom Sizemore. You know Tom Sizemore?
I'm not sure.
Tom
No.
Sizemore, do you Black Hawk Down?
Or
okay.
Heat.
Heat, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
The chubby fool that gets shot with we were carrying the baby. That guy.
Oh,
like,
shit.
Black Hawk Down, where he's like
He's the Colonel Steele.
Like where they're shooting and he's just like walking like nothing.
Uh-huh.
Tom Sizemore. So he's like, come on, fool, like that. I have a meeting with Tom Sizemore. Like, oh, shit. And she was sick because we go to his spot. We're first at a diner, and then he's like, cool, come up. We go to a spot, like some young, like chick, like some young chick opened the door. She's like, let me walk you up there. And then he walks us up there. We're like sitting, and then he tells me he has that crazy ass voice. He's just like, I'm like, this is perfect. It was just like, you know, like little moments like that are just like, wow, like this is insane. This is like just experiences are dope, you know?
Right.
Or one last one.
Go.
You're
good.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
We were doing a thing for Comedy Central. They're doing like a reality show on some comedians. For Comedy Central.
Yeah, Comedy Central.
And it was the sickest thing ever. We got to like shoot to like go to Cabo, and it's like that's always fun, bro. We're getting all the gear, and it's like a whole thing, just prepping, get in there. We finally get there. I didn't have a hotel. Huh? We didn't have a hotel.
We didn't have a hotel yet.
We didn't have a hotel for it.
Damn.
We'll figure it out when we get there. So we get there. That one time we just like stayed outside until it's like until we figured it out. But it's like we're there, right? But it was sick.
Yeah, we slept on the beach chair, bro.
Oh,
yeah, it was peaceful, fool.
Yeah. But we get there and like they have like it's like the dinner before the shoot or whatever. And it's like a big long table on the ocean, bro, with like all the comedians, all the Comedy Central producers, and just all you can eat, just fucking anything, bro. Like all you can eat, like mariscos, and just on the beach, and you're just like, it's all tropical. I was like, wow. And this is kind of like early on, like when I got here, I'm just like, it's just the experiences are just like we had so many. It's fun. Everything is like a little adventure, like a little mission. It's always like, what's happening on this one? How we're gonna survive. But yeah, it's cool. No, bro, like our commercial like limitation is there, like you like, especially because you'll appreciate.
Oh yeah.
I say you appreciate it. We have a lot of people come or whatever, and it's like they want to be sitting on the director chair instantly, like, and you know, or like they're just like, oh, just trust me, like learn, like learn.
Yeah.
You're not that guy here.
Yeah.
That guy here, bro. Like,
right.
And if you get put in that place, you're gonna be like, oh shit, what up? You're not. It's like, see it, start feeling it, and then that guy is in you. That guy's in you, but you need to, like, you know, that guy's in you for sure. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta know, like,
it's just waiting your turn.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
and it comes, bro, and it's like
soaking up as much as possible.
And it just comes when it comes, bro. I the least expected, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to shoot like a movie, like a full-on movie, like a feature, like a comedy. It's like a Latino Friday, and it's like, once again, just being of service with a homie from the watch. Like, I do all the content. I would do all the content and stuff. And just like I'm straight because he was the homie. I met him at the same time I met him. Like, I met him, he does all the music side, and I met Jeff at the same time. I was at Jeff's when I met after I was with you. I went with John. But like, he just like from an outside, he was just like, damn, this was hella like with it, hella hungry, like he's helpful. Yeah. And one day he was just like, oh, you want to shoot a movie?
Oh shit.
I was like, yeah, let's shoot it. And then he's not
like me? Yeah, let's go.
It's like a whole thing, like,
yeah.
Like, why I have this much to invest? Like, what's up? Right. Pick this up, boom, we're there. And now we're like, you know, we're about to put it out like pretty soon, like it's in post. But that was the whole thing. That was like, damn, I came out here to do this. And it's like, that's going to be a Chicano classic, bro. Like, fools are going to be like, I'm very proud of it.
That's exciting.
Yeah, bro. And it's like, we got like, with Doknow, Concrete, and all the, and it's crazy because how we got it, we're like, who are the people that deserve to be on here that are like Latinos that are doing it, you know? And it's like, and now like it's been a couple of years because it's a whole process, but it's a whole thing, bro. And especially you don't have the machine behind you, and everything costs money. But the more like we waited, the more these guys have grown. So like, this is gonna go nuts. We'll remember what.
That's badass. Yeah. Is there anything else you guys want to just let the public know before we slide out and wrap it up here? Anything you guys just might want to say? Shout outs, anything like that?
I mean, shout out to everybody that follows us, you know, and that keep the dream alive. You know, like we always say, it's like even on a bad day, we're living the dream. You know, it could always be worse. You're not getting shot at, and you're not dead. So we have to keep in mind that we're not curing cancer, bro. We're out here, you know, living the dream, literally, bro. Like we can fucking be busting tables, mopping floors, but instead we got cameras in our hands. You know what I mean? And
right.
We're painting with tools, bro. So we have to be grateful of that and be grateful of people around us and continue to mentor, not only the youth, we have to continue to mentor ourselves because even us as old heads, we want to learn too, bro. We want to learn how the youngsters do it too. and the youngsters need to learn how we do it.
That's right.
There's no competition. That's another thing too, bro. It's like there's no competition because someday I like chocolate, the other day I like vanilla. We're all different flavors, and again, man, it's just what flavor you want today.
That's right.
So, hey, thank you. I appreciate it for
man.
letting me sit in and
Thank
whatever.
you guys.
It's been a pleasure,
Of course.
we're definitely watching from afar since for a while. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, damn, I think I
Yeah.
reached out to you.
Yeah. 100%.
And that's the thing. It's
Yeah.
like I'm not like scared to let people know, like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like to let people know when we're queuing and you're queuing, you know, like. I'm
Thank you.
It's hard
Thank
to do
you.
the work,
Mhm.
but when you do the work and you do it like fucking dope, it's like,
Yeah.
this was really like killing.
You guys know what it takes. So,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
You're
see.
like, right, Feb, bro, you're about to break through, you know what I'm saying? I think definitely like I said, the door's open, you know, like if you see us reach out, we'll definitely like, you're definitely like, you know, on our radar,
Yeah, I know.
like, hey, bring us one, do something, or just, you know,
Right.
on set. But, just, yeah, go look at freaking, follow or Chopped Out with Oat Milk. I think, like I said, this is going to be major for the Latino Chicano community. We have the IG or Chopped Out with Oat Milk. It's going to drop. It's going to be epic, bro. I think a cult classic. It's like, you know, like just because the people that were involved in front of the camera and behind the camera, and shit's funny, bro. Like we're gonna get it. Like for the class out, like it's specifically for a class out where it's like not everyone's gonna get it, but for us, not everybody needs to get it. So Chopped Out with Oat Milk.
That's right. That's right. All right. Well, much love. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you, bro.
I appreciate these moments a lot. You guys have no idea.
Of course, man.
And, yeah, man, it's a wrap. Dstructive Films right here. EchosWorld LV. We'll catch you guys next time. Thank you guys.